I remember the nurse saying, matter-of-factly, "I guess your number was up." It was a difficult thing to hear the day after Rocky's birth, but I guess in hindsight she was right. Our lives would never be the same again.
Rocky, look who's here. Say hello, Richie. I'm going to come and get you up now, my boy. Hello. Here we go. Oh. Are you ready? Let's go. Hello, Rocky. Hello. Hello.
We were told by the hospital that we were good candidates for a natural birth because I had a very healthy pregnancy with Ruby. I was healthy and they saw that we were very good candidates. Of course they were wrong, because on the 25th of June everything went horribly wrong. I had a complete rupture. Rocky got stuck. They took a long time to get him out and he suffered severe brain damage. And they pulled him out. There was no crying, there was no sound, his body was limp. And I kept asking the anaesthetist that's behind me, I kept saying to him, "Is he okay, is he okay?" So I couldn't see him, I could see his legs because there were about 6 people around him. And he just said, "Oh, they're doing the best they can, they're doing the best they can." And then, didn't hear him cry, but I saw him open his eyes. He lost the life he could have had in those few moments. For 3 days, we couldn't touch him, we couldn't pick him up, we couldn't cuddle him. So his first introduction to life wasn't a cuddle, it was wires, medications, and openness and coldness. Incredibly hard. Not only did we suffer the shock of losing what he could have been, we also couldn't comfort what had happened to him. We couldn't help him. We couldn't say to him, "It's okay." But we did sing to him and talk to him all the time. Can't turn back the time, and if I could, I would have just gone, "Please give me a cesarean, please get the baby out." But I can't do that, and of course you feel guilty. You look at him every day and you see how he suffers and you think it was such an easy choice. Something so easy that could have prevented so much pain. But it was not meant to be, I guess.
Rocky won't be able to walk, talk, eat, wipe his backside. You know, all these things, yeah, they do, and they told us that, yeah. And these are heavy things. Yeah, diagnosis cerebral palsy, quadriplegic cerebral palsy, irreversible damage to the brain. Which, funnily enough, we're trying to change, you know, irreversible. We're trying to reverse that and make Rocky's brain work in areas that it hasn't worked before.
Oh, wow, Rocky. That was the best push ever. Well done. Good boy. Shall we do another one? One more?
His early days were filled with pain, a lot of crying. He suffered muscle spasms. The pain was so bad that end-of-life pain medications would hardly help for it. We had to lie in bed listening to him cry at night during the night and for hours and days on end. And this urge in us grew, you know, this determination to help him. There must be a better way. How can a little baby like this suffer so? And Dave and I decided that we will not stop. We will be relentless in our bid to cure our son. There must be a better way, and we won't stop until we've given him every chance to a better life. I do Voita therapy, which is painful for him. It's a nerve-stimulating therapy. I do that 4 times a day. In between that, I do normal physiotherapy, a lot of work on the floor, getting him to lift his head, a lot of work on the exercise ball, a lot of sitting up exercises. Then I feed him for an hour, 5 times a day, and I do mouth exercises, speech therapy to get him to close his mouth, to move his tongue, And on top of all that, we've got Ruby, the housework. I'm trying to be a mother and also do fundraising. And it's a full day, every day, it doesn't stop. We even went a step further, we bought a goat because the goat's milk is filled with a lot of good bacteria to help with Rocky's gut issues.
So milking the goat is a new experience for me, yes. An early morning experience. Medical professionals have told us to give them this medication and put them in the corner and go to the pub. Oh, go and get drunk. Yeah, that's what it was. Not the pub, go and get drunk. You know, I'd drop my arm off to give Rocky a hand, you know.
All the hard work we are doing on Rocky every day is really paying off, but there is one area that we've discovered that really helps and gives us a lot of hope, the stem cell therapy in India. We found Dr. Shroff. She works on a lot of children, particularly with cerebral palsy in India. She uses embryonic stem cell treatment, which is not what you may think. She took a donated embryo from her time as an IVF doctor. She discovered something within her work, and she's culturing the cells, and she's treated over thousands of people over 12 years from the same cells. When we found out about Dr. Shroff, we were incredibly scared because she's in India and it's a third world country. You know, the thought of taking 2 small children to such an incredibly busy, dirty, crazy place is very daunting. It was not until a mother from Melbourne told me that her son can walk again, and she said, you pay the money, you close your eyes and you go. And we knew we had to try it. It felt right, and we just did it. We went, all of us. And Rocky has had 2 stem cell therapies. We had a brain scan done before any stem cell therapy. The blue areas and the dark black areas are areas of his brain that's not functioning. After 2 stem cell therapies, you can see that there's a lot less blue and dark blue, and the pink and red areas are areas of his brain that is now functioning and working well.
He was having a lot of seizures before we had stem cells, and they've diminished quite a lot. And his movement. He didn't move at all before stem cells, and now he's moving his arms and legs and carrying on like a little pork chop, you know? And that's great. So, you know, those 2 things in themselves, hey.
We're really glad that we did go to Dr. Shroff, because Rocky is now reaching some of his milestones, albeit very slow. He's beginning to lift his head, he's learning to push it up on his arms, he's learning to take puree from a spoon, he's moving his arms and legs in a way that he never did before, and his eyesight has improved immensely. Hopefully Rocky only needs 1 more treatment. Dr. Shroff was confident that his brain scan will be very good after the 3rd treatment. We've done a lot of fundraising. We did a rock concert, we did the run for him, we did a classic car show, we've sold his own Rocky Road chocolates everywhere and every day, every market. The community has helped us immensely with doing all these events and donations and just knocking on our door, day-to-day things to help us. Now we need to ask for help to make this last trip happen. We hope that everybody else can see the possibilities in Rocky that we see every day. We hope that people believe, like we do, that he will get better, he will walk, he will talk, he will get better and help a lot of other people. And we're really asking for everybody to help us do this last treatment.